Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff, and we're in Module 3, and this is Part 12 of creating a sci-fi weapon. So I think we need to take this time, just a little bit of time, to kind of get everything. You can see my layer editor is really getting mucked up a little bit. So what I want to do is kind of put everything together that we have so far into one layer. I think it's important. And what I'm going to do is put it at the very top. So I'm going to go ahead and select everything we have that we've actually created, medium to high poly, okay, edge loops, the whole thing. And let's look at how we can get this in a layer. So select everything. I'm going to do a Control D, duplicate. I like to duplicate a lot of stuff. Click on this guy right here where it says create a new layer and assign selected objects. What it does is it creates a new layer and assigns what I've selected. Okay. And I think you guys all know that, but I just wanted to double check. I'm going to right click on this and type in main high poly. Okay, and so that's going to be at the top, right? We don't want anything up above this, so whenever you create a layer, another layer, what you can do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of turn visibility off on everything. Okay, all right, so you can see what we have so far. You know, I really don't care what else is in here. There's one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to select this low poly, right? Because I want to have a fresh version of this. Okay. I'm going to turn off my main high poly. Okay. And I need to pick one that doesn't have, that has everything. Oh, it looks like this one did not get in there. So let me get that into the main high poly. Let me add it selected. There we go. Now we got it. Now it looks like some pieces have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off. I'm going to go in here, and you got this part is just having a hard time getting moved over. So let me select those and add those. Add selected objects. Okay. Let's go ahead here. Sometimes they get stuck. Alright, so let's go back in here, main high poly, and we're still missing pieces. Alright, so what I'm going to do is a lot of times they get stuck in there. So I'm going to turn this off. Those pieces are in. Also, I need to double check and make sure nothing's is hidden over. I'm just going to select it, not marquee select it. I'm just going to hit the Q key and select it and move it away for just a second, and there might be two pieces in there. That's what I'm afraid of. Sometimes it has a difficult time putting it in, like duplicating and putting it into another layer. It's something that gets stuck. So I need to put this back. I'm going to go ahead and delete this layer. Okay. That pulls everything out. I'm not too worried about this little guy right here. But I'm just going to make sure nothing else is in there. Control Z back, click on that. Control Z back, click on this. Yep, there's a double one of that one, so I'm going to move that out of the way. It's really important that we just make sure we don't double up on stuff. There's another double up on that one. And this one here, doubled up. Yep, so all those pieces are double up. So we got these pieces. Again, I'm going to move that out of the way. Okay, that's good. This one, that one's good. This one, that one's good. And just do the same thing for all these, just to make sure. I'm just Control Zing after I move it. Here we go. Alright. So that looks good. So I'm going to select all those. Okay. Okay, just to make sure we can't have objects right over top of each other. That will really mess you up in texturing. So I'm going to go ahead and add selected objects. So now we've got this one piece in here. Now I'm going to take this. Okay. And I am going to this high poly front. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Okay. And I'm going to go in here and I'll create a new layer for this. Okay, I'm just going to put it at the top. Let's just call this back, B-A-C-K. Duplicate. Let's call it dupe. Back dupe. Okay, now I'm going to take this. This is highlighted. I'm going to move it down. Down, 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 down. So, if I need that at one time, sometime down the road, if I mess things up, then that would be that piece there. So I'm going to move that up a little bit farther. Okay. So there's my main high poly there. There's my back duplicate and my grip extrude. I'm going to move that one down. So basically, what I want to do now is I want to have a low poly with everything in it. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that is all. There it is. So that is what we basically originally had. Okay, which is just a block out, except for the front. The front I think I'm going to use, but the block out is just a kind of is that it's just a block out, and I'm going to replace some of this stuff either with high poly or low poly, or better low poly, and we're going to continue working that way. But I want this, so I'm going to just basically take this and delete the layer. Okay, that frees all this stuff here. And then I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, and we're going to call this low base 01. Save that. And then I'm going to move that down underneath the main high poly. Low base 01. So we're kind of just getting the main pieces that we got so far in layers. We know where they're at. They're at the very top of the food chain here. So I'm going to take this low poly, this low base 1, have that highlighted. Make sure I have the main high poly off, and I'm going to click and I'm going to do a Control D and then add a new layer like that, and just call this low poly base 2. There we go. Save that. Alright, so let's click on that and make sure that goes, we push that down below base 1. Okay, we just turn that off. That's just our backup in case we do screw up. And so here it is in all its glory. Alright, so now I need to get the background back on. Turn that back on. There we go. So there is some pieces I need to take care of. So what I'm going to do is the handle grip, I'm going to continue with that going up. I'm going to add detail to this back piece, okay, and to the top piece, okay, and then I'm going to add some detail up in here too as well. So I'm just going to focus on the back piece now, so I'm going to go Control 1, okay, right, okay. Oh, let me do one thing. I need to shift select that guy too as well. 1. Let's go to the side view and then do Control 1. There we go. So now we're just focusing on this. Okay, I know I've done this piece right here, but I really need to just kind of figure out what I'm going to do with this part, the rest of this. And a lot of it has to do with, there's some things I just can't control. So I'm going to go in here and I need to move this or cut this so we have an edge loop that's going across right here where this breaks off right here. This is really important. And it won't let me do that. So let's figure out where this is. Control Z. Okay. Control Z again. There we go. Let's go on this side here and let's do it right here. There we go. Okay, so that's great. So that gives us gives me an idea of where we're at with that. So I'm going to move around. Okay. And I'm going to slide that edge down. Okay. I need to hit the Q key. There we go. Slide this edge down. Okay, so when I do that, I'm going to go in here and go to Slide Edge tool. middle mouse button, drag that down. Okay, like that. And are we getting close to that spot? I think we are. We're really close to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these. I'm going to go a little bit further even. If I can't really do that. Let's go into this edge here and slide this edge down. I'm going to hit the G key if it remembers that. There we go. Bring that down. Okay. That looks good. I'm going to select this edge again. Just those two edges and hit the G key. Or you can go back, and go into slide edge loop. But the G key reinvokes your last tool. So right there we go. And it widens it a little bit. You can see that it widens that spot a little bit because we're moving it down. Alright, so that matches now with this, with what's happening here. Okay, so with that, we've got some dead space here, and I really don't need any of this garbage here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into face mode, and I'm going to go ahead and merge these vertices together. Okay, so I'm going to use my my weld tool, target weld, and just click on here and just snap that up, and snap this up. There we go, like that. Okay, we're going to mirror this over anyway, so I'm going to hit the Q key, go to the face mode, move over here, and select everything on this side over here like that. Delete it. Here we go. Alright, so now you can see what we got. Alright, so let's go in here. And this piece I don't need. So let's take a look at what we can do with this. These two pieces are no good. How are we gonna do this? 1, 2, 3. That's a triangle right there. That's no good. Let's go into vertex mode. Yep. So let's go in here and take a look at this for a second here. Probably edit an edge loop and go all the way up. Break all this up. That will give us a four-sided edge there. But we really just want to break that in. So let's see if we can do that. Just delete that. Okay. And delete this. There we go. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select the edge of that, and we're going to go ahead and Control E, do an extrude, and we're going to hit the W key and just move it back like that. Okay, just move it straight back, just like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take and go into selection mode. Okay, this is going to be cool. You're going to like this. Go into selection mode, and then we're going to go in here, and I'm holding down my shift key and my right mouse button, go into target weld tool, and click on this guy right here, and click on this weld. Now I don't know why it did that. That's so bizarre. And target weld, there we go, and snap it. See, I'm clicking on that and move that line over. I'm holding down the left mouse button. There we go. So this is still centered, right? Because I just moved it forward. We're going to do the same thing with the bottom piece here. Go to edge mode, and let's hit the Q key. Go to edge mode, and we're going to go Control E, extrude. And we're going to hit the W key again and just go straight up. Same thing, except we're going to do two. We're going to weld two pieces together. We'll go to selection mode, and hold down the shift key and right mouse button, go to target weld, and do the same thing over here with this side. I don't know why it's not opening up vertices. It should. Let's go to vertex, and for some reason it just got stuck. And then select that one and go into that one. There we go. So that fixed that part. Okay. I don't like how it goes back into it too far. That's not good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, go to the front view, and just hit the W key and move it, physically move that back. I'm also I want to line everything up perfectly. So whichever one I'm going to follow, then I'm going to line that up. There we go, like that. So just line those up really nicely. So that gives us this ability to see this piece here. Okay, I might even, excuse me, I might even just kind of move this over like this. Marquee select it. Let's see what that does to that piece there. Ooh, doesn't like that. And go back. I have to do those together if we're going to do those together. Move those back like that, and then move this one maybe like that. There we go. It's really what you want to do. I think we were okay. There we go, like that. Okay, cool. Alright, so that's that piece. Alright, that's important, and because this is going to be underneath the rest of it. Alright, so I'm going to go to the main. Okay, I'm going to go Control 1 because I can't see it when I do that. I go to the main. There we go. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this detail now to this area here, kind of what we see here in this area here. It's going to be a little different than this, but it's still going to be there. Okay, so I'm going to add that detail in there by extruding it and all that stuff. Right now, I think we're okay. Alright, so go back in here and select these two again. Make sure I'm in object mode so I can get this guy. There we go, Control 1. I think we're already in here. We're good to go here. Alright, so I need to add a lot of detail into this area here. You can see this area is kind of exposed. So let's go ahead and start doing that. Okay, so from what I can see, we've got some ridges up here into this part right here, and I can break this up a little bit if I wanted to, and separate this like we have been doing. Okay, for that piece right there. That's fine. We can do that. And then this piece will have the ridges all across, right? And then we'll have little bumpy pieces there. That works for me. It's going to be a little different. Okay. Alright, so alright, I think that looks okay. I'm going to go ahead and extract that. Okay, extract. Alright, so whatever I do to this will be separate from what I do to the rest of it. In this piece here, we've already got that piece already completed, so I'm going to take this piece here and select that and extract that one. Alright, extract. Okay, so now we got two pieces to work with. Alright, we'll make short work of this, I think. Alright, so this one, again, I'm going to use some artistic freedom here, and feel like you can do the same if you want to follow exactly what I'm going to do. That's cool. I'm alright with that. So I'm going to add a little detail in here. Could be separate, could be all one piece. So I'm going to go Control E and see what we can get out of this. This gets a little crazy here. Let's go ahead and just add some detail in this. There we go. So I'm going to do a little detail. Go back again. Get a little closer. Control E and use, now that I kind of know what I'm doing, I'm going to move that in and this in. That's good. And then I'm going to go Control E again. I'm using the scale tool in here just to keep it straight. Okay, good so far. Okay, and then I'm going to probably take this this edge. Okay, I'm moving that over because I want to kind of get that kind of strange little thing it's got going on there. Along that edge, kind of give it a thicker piece right here. So I'm going to right click and go to slide edge and let's give it a slide in like that. That's good. Okay. Alright. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and select these faces again. And we are going to push those in. Control E. And we're going to push that in just a little bit. Push it in. Control E. Push it in. And Control E. And we're going to go ahead and scale this in again, like this. Here we go. Alright, so then we got these two pieces over here. And this could be hiding this stuff in here. So we could, you know, go in here and do this. Control E. And we're just going to scale that in a little bit. I'm not too worried about this side, so don't worry about that. Just a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to face mode. Click on this face, delete it. Ooh my gosh, what's going to happen now? And I already know that the axis is right here, so I'm going to select this vertex. I know this was right. If I go into grid snap, I can hit the W key and just move it, snap it. Just make sure I get this one. Snap it. Yep. It looks like I'm not hitting it right, but I am. Click on that guy and snap it. There we go. So nice and straight again. So now I'm going to continue with this extrusion right here after I've made that nice little edge and push that in. You can't really see what's going on in this one, so I'm going to push that one in quite a bit. This could be like a control panel or LED screen or something really cool. Who knows? Control E, and we'll go ahead and move that in just a little bit and move this in just a little bit. Okay, like that. And then Control E again, and then we're going to move that in just a little bit. Well, we still have grid snap on. That's not good. That kind of popped it all over the place. There we go. Okay, like that. And one more. Control E, and use the arrow to go in a little bit. There we go. Again, I'm not really concerned about all this junk, right? We know how to fix that, right? So I'm going to click off. You see all this stuff right here? I don't want that frame there. Delete it. Delete, 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 delete. There we go. Perfect. And anything there, so that's good. So now I got to go in here and do the same thing again. I've got to go in here and just make sure that everything is perfectly on the grid, otherwise it won't mirror over right. And hit the Q key and click on that one. They're too close together. And then move that. Click on that one. Move it. That one. Move it. And just go down. Do what you need to do to move these, and so they're snapping in place. Here we go. So you don't have any gaps. That's important. Okay, just in case this one. Yep, that one's good. Alright, that could be a really cool view screen. Who knows? Okay, doesn't matter. Alright, so there is that. There's that piece. And is that part of that? Nope. This is something different. This one will go up into that. Alright. Probably should weld these two together. This should be part of it. So I'm going to go to face. It's easy to do. Select the face that I see here and go to Edit Mesh, Extract. There we go. I'm going to select these two pieces together like that. Let's go into object mode up here and select those two guys. There we go. And let's go ahead and combine them. Combine. There we go. And all I'm going to do, just go in here, to make this work, is go to vertex. And I'm going to marquee select those two, right? You can see I got two of those. And just go to mesh and merge together. There we go. Do the same thing all the way around. Just marquee select. Okay. Click on this guy. And marquee select that. Don't select anything else. And go to edit mesh. Merge the center. And do the same thing over here. Because I do want these to be one solid piece. There we go. I'm going to hit the G key. And click on that one. Hit the G key. Just re-invokes what you just did. Perfect. Alright, this piece that we just created here is completed. Yay. If I hit the 3 key, it looks like that. That's not helpful. The 3 key, if you smooth it. So we have to add edge loops and stuff. But what I'm going to do with this piece, because I'm going to start adding grooves up here on this one, I'm going to leave it as a low poly, okay? You know, and then do a high poly. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to bring this up here, right? So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this. Actually, I'm going to put this one in this one, right? Before, let's see if I can do that. Let me do this. Select it, and then do Control D, which is duplicate. Create a new one, and this one we're going to call this top back low poly. Here we go. And save. So that one, so we got that one. All right. This one here, we're going to go ahead and add all the edge loops we need to keep it from falling apart. So what we're going to do then with this is start adding edge loops, I guess. Okay. It's really important. There we go. I want to keep that corner structure there. There you go. That corner structure there. This corner structure there. And this, I guess we don't need anything there. That goes up into that. We may need something there, but if we're going to mirror this over, I don't think that'll be a problem. Okay. All right. Cool. I think we got everything. I have to check it. All right. So let's see what we got. Yep. Perfect. That looks great. I even like that little corner that goes into a corner there. That's cool. Now you could take that out if you wanted to. If you don't like it, I'm kind of torn with it. Should we make it that edge there? Does it make it look a little more sci-fi if it's a harder edge, or should we keep that soft? Let's see. If we want to keep this edge here, we would have to spread these out, right? Okay. We can do that. So we can go into this edge here and whatever. Yeah. So that transmits right here. So if I do this, oh gosh, look at that. So let's click off and click back on. So I'm going to go from here all the way down here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and move that. Let's see if that does it. Move that this way, like that, out of the way. Just flatten that out a little bit. And then we'll take this guy, hit the G key, and then move him out of the way about like that. And see what happens. Let's bring that back up again. There we go. See if that softens it up a little bit more. 4 high poly. And 3. Yeah. Better. It's still kind of there, but it's softer. And then we've got that nice tight edge that we have right here. That's kind of cool. That could also be a screen if we wanted it to be a screen or something or whatever. Okay, so that piece is completed. So the back piece, that's going to be main high poly. So I'm going to take this guy. What's going on here? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like that little piece right there, so I'm going to slide that back a little bit, back where it was, and this one here too as well. Okay. Slide that back again. There we go. Okay, let's try that again and see if that fixed it. Yeah, there we go. Cool. We were just getting kind of a weird spot right there. Alright, cool. That works out pretty good. I like that. Excellent. Okay, one key, and then let's pop this back. Let's pop this into the main, right? Okay, we're adding to our high poly now. Add selected objects. Okay,